Testing.
Testing.
Is there a frog in here?
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
I think the frog's name is Charlotte Ribbit Wilder.
It's Charlotte the frog.
Oh, poor
No,
Charlotte.
it's fine. Okay.
Hi, Charlotte.
Good day, Madeline.
We're back.
With another episode of the Sports Gossip Show presented by eBay Live.
Woo-woo-woo-dee-da-da-da-doo. Yay.
Wait, I just realized what's weird about our lights.
What?
One's a whole lot tall. Well,
I think it looks fine, though.
I don't know. We moved some things and now I'm all...
I think it looks, well, look at it. It looks
no,
fine.
it looks good. I just, all of a sudden, I felt like there's a...
They're closer to us?
Yeah.
They're like, hello, we
They're
got
like,
big tree lights.
Yeah, exactly.
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
The Ents from...
We're going to light you like the sun.
That's pretty good. Nixon 5.
Nixon 5. Oh, my God.
Okay.
Well, we have a jam-packed episode today.
We sure do. Deep dive into the U.S. men's national team.
Yeah, we'll be getting into all of the key players, quite literal players, on this year's men's national team. And we'll also be getting into some of the lore and drama. And we talked about this on Tuesday, but there's family drama.
When I tell you,
quite literal family drama.
Madeline cooked on this timeline.
Oh, hush.
She cooked. No, this was like a Michelin star chef in the kitchen. Much. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, we're going to do the stuff today where like when every 4 years, I'm like, oh, right, that guy.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you all of that guy stuff that we personally were Googling and looking at. Where do they play when they're not on the U.S. men's national team? Are they married? Do they have kids? Yeah. Just the personal life section of Wikipedia.
As we always say, it's one of our favorite subject areas to discuss on this show. And hopefully this will all be helpful for the Australia-USA match that is set for Friday. So tomorrow at 3:00 Eastern.
Yes.
So tune in.
And I'm a little sick if I sound froggy in any way. It's an ode to the French team who won yesterday.
Oh, bonjour, oui,
Get
oui.
it? The frogs.
Escargot, snail.
Way.
I don't know what I was going with there, but whatever.
Also, real quick.
What?
That Argentina game.
Oh my God. Messi got his first hat trick in his World Cup appearances. That was historic for him.
That man is, I believe, 5 or 6 days away from being 39.
It's crazy.
How it's like he's so good still.
It's really crazy. I think he's now 1 goal away from beating the record for most goals scored in World Cups.
Yes.
I think which he certainly will. I think odds are he'll score at least 1 more to tie it.
It was also very cute how his teammates kept giving him the ball.
I know.
Be like, you.
I know.
You go.
Because it's like his victory lap. It's his last World Cup.
Yeah. Well. He's right now tied with some German guy whose name I should know.
Yeah, he's tied.
They kept putting it on the thing. Yeah,
he's tied.
Maurice.
Or no. Oh, he's tied for second. Yeah.
No, for first.
No, I think he's in second.
He took over Ronaldo to be tied with the German guy for first.
Oh, so he is tied.
Yeah, so I think
he is?
He needs one. Oh. You should Google that.
Let me just look it up.
We never know.
Who has most?
But I'm pretty sure that Messi is 1 goal away from being the all-time.
Yes, you're right.
What's
tied.
the Germans get?
Miroslav Klose.
Miroslav.
Tied with 16 goals each. And then Ronaldo with 15.
And the German guy, Miroslav, was like, I can't wait for him to beat my record. Which is a really nice thing to say, passing the torch.
That's really sweet. He'll probably beat it. Sorry, guy.
Sorry, guy.
You enjoyed the record for as long as you could.
Yeah.
Anyways. Well, should we get into it?
Yeah, let's talk about some guys. Let's talk about some guys.
Should we start with their coach?
Yes.
Mauricio Pochettino.
I think it's Pochettino. Is it Pochettino? Let's look that one up.
I have heard it pronounced.
Wait, really?
Yes. The Fox broadcast, every broadcaster pronounces it differently. I've heard Pochettino.
Wait. Okay, so it's Pochettino. According,
I don't think that's
Pochettino.
Pochettino.
No, maybe it is Pochettino.
Because
Pochettino. No, seriously, I also, this is not like we haven't been watching soccer. We have watched every single match.
We watched so much
We
soccer.
watched the entire men's match. This is just a hard name to pronounce. Pochettino. Yeah, sorry. Pochettino.
Maurizio.
It's not Pochettino.
I don't think so. Like the Poconos?
Mauricio Pochettino.
I was like, listen. You can say it like that. I like it.
You can say it however you want, really.
You're sick. You can say whatever you want. This is Charlotte's flu game.
Unfortunately, Madeline,
you don't have a flu, but it's your flu.
No,
game.
we've both had several flu games.
We have been sick for weeks.
We've had several flu games, but it's fine. And I'm really excited to be here doing this. This is a really fun episode.
Yes. So he is their head coach. He became the men's national team head coach in 2024. We will get into all of the lore behind his hiring in a little bit. But first, where did he start playing his career when he played soccer as a professional player?
Madeline, this man is Argentinian. He was born in a town called Murphy in the province of Santa Fe in Argentina.
Okay.
And I looked it up and it was named after some Irish guy who moved to Argentina because I saw Murphy, Santa Fe, and I was like, I thought he was Argentinian. And then I was like, well, Santa Fe is a town, so it wouldn't be a town within a town in America.
I feel like we're going to need a second deep dive episode with a history lesson from Charlotte on what was going on there.
Listen.
Because I got a lot of questions.
Argentina?
Oh, there's... World War II in Argentina, you can just do a little Goog and you'll be lost for hours in deep dive.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about that.
Someday we'll just have a history podcast.
Yes.
Just geography.
Yeah.
But yes, and I thought it was funny because he played the first team he was ever on in 1989 was with the Primera Division's club Newell's Old Boys.
What a name. Okay.
Pretty good, right?
Do you think that they called it he'd call it a soccer club? Did you play for the Old Boys Club?
And he said, I did and I still do, if you know what I'm saying.
Just saying.
That's really good.
Wow. Okay. And where did he end up playing? Did he end up playing?
Yeah. He played
in Europe. And
he played in Europe.
Whole shebang? He
was on the Argentinian national team. He got 20 caps, which every 4 years I have to look up what that means. It just means you played in a game.
Wow.
He played in 20 games. God forbid you say something.
That's a nice round number for him.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Better than 19 and kind of better than 21.
Yep. Yes. I would say so. Funny enough, in youth soccer, my number was 21.
Oh, well.
I was good. I was good as a child. Got less good as I got older. But
I got a lot to unpack there. But that again for another episode.
Last thing about our man, Coach Poconos, he was nicknamed the Sheriff in reference to his paternal grandfather, who also was the sheriff of Murphy, Santa Fe, Argentina.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they still call him that.
Oh, well.
And that's that.
And that's Maurizio with Charlotte.
Let's do the next one.
Okay. Let's talk about star for the U.S. men's national team, Christian Pulisic, also been pronounced Pulisic. We looked this up. Pulisic seems to be the correct pronunciation on that one.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why it's so difficult, but it's the kind of name every time I see it.
Does anyone like us go, there's that one guy on YouTube. You look up a name and he pronounces it. He's got you covered. What's that guy's? I can't remember his name.
No,
it's like pronunciation with insert blank name here.
Well, it's like Mario or something. And the funny thing about it is that he's not American, but he's telling you, he has an accent and he's telling you how to pronounce American words. And he's right.
He's right. He's right. Anyways, he plays for AC Milan. Good, very good club. Solid.
Yep.
You put in here, I read about this lore with his dating history, but he was dating a golfer named Alexa Melton, but they broke up.
Yeah. And here's something that I don't fully understand. They dated for 2 years. I think he slid in her DMs in 2024. She would go to his matches in Milan. Apparently, she responded to a comment on a post suggesting that Christian had been on Raya while they were together.
The dating app, for those not familiar.
But then she, quote, publicly retracted the accusation and said, quote, he is not a cheater. Any narrative beyond that is not mine.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Does this feel a little bit like pure speculation? Maybe someone on his team reached out.
I mean, listen, perhaps. That's possible.
I don't know.
Just squash the story because this was when was this?
This was in April.
Yeah. Leading into the World Cup. You don't want allegations of infidelity for your star player who's in a lot of commercials and in a lot of materials for your team.
A lot of decks.
He's in a lot of decks. He's in a lot of posters.
Yeah. Oh, material. Oh, right.
Like just, publicity materials.
Yeah.
Brochures,
if you will.
Programs. Yes. I mean, it's certainly possible. It also could just be maybe he didn't cheat, I guess.
Yeah, maybe he didn't.
So
being on Raya doesn't mean you acted on it either.
True. Anyways,
What do we know? Okay, Alex Freeman. This is a cool one. He is the son of former Packers player Antonio Freeman.
Oh,
He plays for Villarreal in La Liga in Spain.
wow.
His dad was saying things like, I thought maybe he'd play football or basketball like I did, but his true love was on the court.
Oh, well.
And so
I wonder what it's like having a kid who also is a professional athlete, but they're doing it not in the sport that you did it in. Do you think it like you love it that they're not doing the sport, or it kind of drives you crazy? You're like, well, you became a professional athlete. You sacrificed so much, but you didn't do my sport. You did the other football.
I think it depends what kind of parent you are.
True.
I think if you're a good parent, you're like, I'm so glad you're following your bliss.
Yeah.
I think if you're a bad parent, you're like, why aren't you recreated in my image?
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
It seemed from what I read about from the People magazine articles I read about these two, seems like his dad's proud.
Oh.
So that's
really
nice.
That's really nice. Okay, great. Love that. Up next, Tyler Adams. I like Tyler Adams a lot.
I do too.
I don't know why. I just like his vibe. I watch him, and my friend Hunter Harris, she has a great podcast. Let me say this. Text me like, do you like Tyler Adams? I said, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He seems like a cool guy.
He has a nice face. You know what I mean?
Nice face.
Which I guess doesn't mean anything in sports, but I like him.
No, he energetically seems to have good vibes. He also has a really good Instagram presence.
What's his Instagram like?
Oh, it's just nice. It's like less like some of these players, their entire Instagram is just like graphics from that was sent to them by the digital like social media team of U.S. men's national team or their club.
Right.
And what I like, it's a little bit, he has like this photo.
Oh yeah.
Nice little selfie. It's like behind the scenes with the other U.S. men's national team players. I think this was going to the World Cup. I believe this was May 27th. That what he published.
He's got a cool Polaroid.
Let me see the Polaroid.
Right there.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's a video. It's a Nike ad.
Oh,
actually, I don't know if it's an ad.
That's that Nike ad that keeps playing.
Yes, rip the script.
Do you think that is like a teaser for a bigger thing coming later, or is that the whole thing?
I think that's it. I mean, they're doing a bunch of stuff. This is not sponsored by Nike, but I get a lot of emails about it. But they're doing a lot, and they had a bunch of stars in that rip the script.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped something else, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I also feel like these are my suspicions. This is based on no facts whatsoever, but just a hunch that if, let's say, Messi, is he a Nike off?
I think he might be Adidas. Hold on.
He might be Adidas. Actually, he might be Adidas, but whatever. Insert blank famous player. If they make it far enough in the World Cup or make it to the finals and then they win, I feel like we could get one of those ads a la what they did for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like for the team.
Cristiano Ronaldo is
Okay.
Nike.
Yeah. Like I could see them putting out some other content. Yeah. They drop it. I guess it's a surprise.
The way the Rip the Script one was edited, it almost felt to me like it was a teaser for something, but I think it's the thing.
Yeah.
We'll
it's
see.
like a little short film thing. Yeah. And yeah, the other thing about him is that he has 2 kids.
Yeah.
2 sons.
He plays for AFC Bournemouth.
Yep.
That's Premier League, I believe.
That is.
He's married to Sarah Schmidt. She doesn't have a very big
Premier League
social media presence, which I deeply admire. And they have 2 sons.
That's great.
So there you go. That's Tyler Adams for you.
Fab.
Ricardo Pepi.
Yes.
He has a really cool story, actually. He plays for the club PSV in the Dutch Eredivisie League. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But
we'll have to source that guy.
Yeah, we'll ask that guy. We'll ask the French guy or whatever he is. And Ricardo plays for that team. He was raised in a trailer park in El Paso.
Oh, wow.
His parents are Mexican. They once pawned the title to their car to pay for Ricardo's travel.
Oh my God.
Soccer. And he's talked about, the sacrifices they had to make for him. And he chose to play for the US, and just a really cool, one of those stories where you're like, oh my God, the things people do.
Give me that documentary.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah. And the sacrifices. Well, I'm rooting for him then. And I'm sure his parents are proud.
Yeah. I think they are.
All right. Who's next?
Serginho Dest. Do you remember all these guys? If you're listening to this, I'm sure you're like, oh yeah, that guy. He plays for PSV as well. His father is Surinamese American, and he has a Dutch mother, and I can't find her name anywhere. His dad's name is Kenneth. I don't know what his mom. I couldn't find it.
Oh.
It's just kind of weird. His dad's from Brooklyn. It's so interesting to me. He grew up in Amsterdam. If this men's team isn't just proof that like the best thing about America is how diverse we are and how people, you can be from all different places or grown up in other places, but have American roots and you are still American. Like, I don't know what else is, you know, it's like the whole America first garbage. It's like, well, the best soccer players we could get are all, for the most part, not all, but many of them are multicultural or could have played for many different teams. And the fact they chose to play for the US, what a testament. Like, that's so cool.
Well, it's what makes America special and what makes America great.
Oh.
Flip the script on that phrase.
Rip that script.
Rip that script. Maybe his mom is just offline. Good for her.
Honestly, the dream.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Oh, and his dad's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say that? I'm just realizing that. Oh, wait, there's multiple players. Well, there's a lot of Brooklyn connections. There's another player who plays for the men's national team who was born in Brooklyn. We'll get to that.
Yes, we will.
In a moment, but okay.
First, we've got Tim Weah. I'm also like, oh yeah, you know, it was like it was like a reunion.
Yeah,
we're like, oh my god, Tim Weah. This is crazy, and I Googled him, and then I remembered Googling him 4 years ago. His dad is the former soccer player George Weah, but more recently he was the president of Liberia.
What?
From 2018 to 2024. Last World Cup.
His dad was the president of a country?
Yeah. And last World Cup, his dad was the sitting president of Liberia. He's also like one of the greatest strikers of all time.
Oh my God.
He won the African Ballon d'Or. He was a FIFA World Player of the Year in 1995. But this guy, Tim, was born in Brooklyn and his mom is Jamaican. And Tim could have represented France, Jamaica, or Liberia.
Oh my God.
And he grew up in New York and Florida.
What's about these players in Brooklyn?
Isn't that crazy?
That's not even who I was thinking of.
Oh, really?
No, we haven't even got to him yet.
Oh my God.
Anyways. Wow. Okay. That's crazy.
That's some lore.
I mean, I feel like that is the making of a Disney Channel movie. Remember the one, what was the one? It was about the president's, My Day with the President's, was that what it was called? What was it? No. I don't.
Something like
president. That. Like that. I'm like, give me that remake, but it's like, oh, my dad's the president of a country, but also I'm a professional soccer player.
And so was he.
Yeah. Well,
also, who is going to be the first athlete to be the president of the United States?
That's a really good question. Well, I guess you could argue Obama because he played basketball, but not professionally, obviously, recreationally. But he
famously, he was on the Bulls.
Yeah, and he often, like, I remember when he was president, he would have like famous people play basketball with him at the White House. You remember when he was wearing the suit and would roll up? Oh,
a simpler time.
Wow, I love that. Well, speaking of family connections, we got to talk about two Nepo babies that are on the team, which we will get into more extensively in a little bit. But Seb Berhalter is the son of Gregg Berhalter, former U.S. men's national team star, but also their former coach. And he plays for the Vancouver Whitecaps professionally and was born in London when Gregg played for Crystal Palace, which is wild. But one of my favorite things about him, can you click on the Instagram post that I put in here?
Yes, ma'am.
So Seb, he doesn't have a lot of Instagram posts up, but he does have one from 2015 when he is a child. I mean, he's only 24, 25, I think, with Martin Garrix.
Who is Martin Garrix?
I think he's a DJ, isn't he? Oh, oops.
Yeah, actually, I think, he is. Didn't he do that
DJ,
song?
Dutch DJ.
What's the song?
Animals.
Yeah. Isn't that a song?
Yeah, Animals. Yeah.
Oh, look, he's playing 3 dates in Boston right now.
Let's go. But I just love because he has like Seb has the Justin Bieber kid haircut, you know?
Why is that? I guess he likes him.
But it's just funny that I feel like most of the time, like I have a lot of archived old photos, nothing bad. Like it's just like old photos. I'm like, this is so millennial core. I need to hide this from the internet. This is too embarrassing. I'm like, I love that he just kept this up.
Same.
Because if you go on his Instagram, it's like this, one other recent post, and then just like soccer photos. And there's not, this took like 2 seconds of scrolling to find.
Yeah. So it makes one think he's archived other posts, but he said, you know what?
I'm keeping that up.
That's staying.
I know.
And I guess, it's not really, he's too young to have anything millennial core. So this is just like a funny, cute.
Yeah. And he's giving a little thumbs up. And I believe, is that an Abercrombie sweatshirt?
Yes.
Or yes. No, Roots or something?
No, it's Abercrombie. That moose.
It's Abercrombie.
That freaking moose. Wow,
Hilarious.
That brings me back.
Can
I say something about DJs real quick?
Please.
They always look like if you're a white DJ, you generally look like you went to British public school, which is their private school. Like you look like, it looks like you, I'm like, you look so like a little boy.
Yes.
I can't, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I can't explain. I'm always like
you're putting on a uniform.
I'm like, you're the DJ?
Yeah, he's a DJ. And a lot of them look like that.
Because it's like either you're an intern on Wall Street or you're a DJ.
There's no in between, and sometimes you're both.
In the worst case, you're both.
In the worst case, you're both.
All right.
Anyways, we'll get more into him in a minute, and we'll also get more to this next person, Gio Reyna, son of Claudio Reyna, also U.S. men's national team, former star, friends with Gregg. We'll get into whether they're friends still. He was born in the UK also when Claudio was playing for Sunderland at the time. And he is married. He got married, I believe, in 2025. And based on some internet stalking, they're quite young.
I was going to say, isn't he a baby?
He's 20. Let me check. I feel like he's 22.
I think he is too.
23. He's 23. He married his wife, Chloe. Like I said, I believe in 2025. The wedding was very pretty. We can pull up their flowers if you would like to look quick.
I can't open Instagram.
I got you. But it's nice. It's just a lot of greenery. I wouldn't say they're compressed.
Wait, this is really lovely.
They got married at the Blue Hill at Stone Barns.
Oh,
very nice, chic.
Okay.
I did a bunch of internet stalking to find out how long they've been together. It seems like they've been together since around 2021. So I'm like, did they meet? And she also played soccer. She went to Providence College, I believe. Played soccer there. Go Friars. So I don't know if they met I would imagine either they grew up close to each other or just kind of grew up in the soccer world and knew each other. But they're clearly both, I think, the same age.
Wow.
So, and anyways, she is expecting a baby.
Good for them.
A baby.
Good for them.
Congrats to them.
I mean, a lot of soccer couples, actually. I mean, we could talk about Gio for a while, but we're going to do that in a second.
Yes.
So move on to Tim Ream, who is another big time. Oh my God, that guy. He's the tall white guy with blonde hair and a ponytail.
The Amanda Batula ponytail.
Yes. No.
From Summer House. Wait,
does he have, no, because that's Erling Haaland who has
he also has
it too?
Yes.
What is wrong with people?
Look, 2020. Yeah, he had it. I saw a clip of. Yeah, look.
Oh no,
he's got it also.
Okay, so this is a bun where you do a bun, but then instead of pulling it through, you leave like a half. You leave like a ponytail at the end.
Yes.
Which Amanda Batula from Summer House has been doing. We haven't even talked about that. It feels like sports.
I know.
I don't watch Summer House, but I have read everything on the internet about the situation.
I know, it's crazy.
So you could say I don't watch it, but I read it.
Yeah. Well, it's like consuming the personal life section of Wikipedia, but of a show.
Yeah.
In some ways, if you think about it.
Too far behind at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Tim Ream, yes, blonde guy with the Amanda Batula ponytail. He's from St. Louis. He plays for Charlotte FC.
Okay.
He is married to Kristen Sapienza, and she also played soccer at St. Louis University. They've been together for a long time. I think they got married in 2012. They have 3 kids together.
Wow. Okay.
So, and he is the team captain this year, I believe.
Yes, I believe that's true. So congrats to him.
There you go.
Cool. Up next, Chris Richards. He plays for Crystal Palace in the Premier League, and he is from Hoover, Alabama. You know what I know Hoover, Alabama from?
No.
There was a show on MTV, I think, oh my God, it was about Hoover High School and their football team.
No.
Let me find the name of it. Two-A-Days. Two-A-Days. Remember that show?
Was Hoover?
Yes, it premiered in August 2006. I loved that show.
Same. Oh my God.
Yes, it was on for 2 seasons. So that is where my brain went to when I saw Hoover, Alabama.
What an amazing pull.
If you know, you know. Yeah. Anyways.
Wow.
And I think I've played some volleyball tournaments in Hoover, Alabama.
I feel like you probably did.
Probably at some point.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony Robinson.
Yes.
He plays for Fulham in the Premier League. He was born in England. His dad moved to the U.S. and became a naturalized citizen. He grew up in England, but is playing for the U.S. again. Multiculturalism.
Oh.
We love it. He's married to a woman engaged to a woman named Darcy Myers. They have 2 kids together. And yeah.
Love that.
That's that guy.
All right. Who's next, Charlotte?
Florian Balogun.
Oh, yes. He's got another Brooklyn connection. He was born in America because his parents were visiting New York and his mom was 7 months pregnant at the time, and the airline refused to let her board the plane back to the UK. So he was just born in Brooklyn. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
But he didn't grow up in Brooklyn, obviously.
No.
Which is crazy.
No, he grew up in the UK in London. I mean, that's kind of wild. I feel like, do you think those rules have eased up a little bit? I feel like airlines don't stop pregnant women from flying anymore.
I feel like, that was, he is, let's see how old he is. He is 24. So, born in 2001.
So like there was some time.
Yeah. Now,
I mean, that's a great, no, you can't go home.
Isn't that crazy? What? And then the kid was just born in America, born in Brooklyn.
Yeah. He became the first U.S. men's national team player to score 2 goals in a match in the World Cup since the first World Cup in 1930.
Which was the opening match against Paraguay.
Yeah.
Paraguay. That they won 4-1.
Yeah.
That just happened.
And so long time coming, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he was eligible to play for Nigeria, the UK, or the US, and he chose the US.
Wow. Okay.
So
I love that.
and his mom was like, I don't think anything happens by luck. I think I was supposed to have him there.
And you know what? He's helping the US. So
Yeah, you know,
it worked out.
We're lucky to have him.
We're lucky to have him. When you're here, you're family, as they say at Olive Garden.
When you're here, you're here.
When you're here, you're here. Does anyone remember, Charlotte and I talked about this when there was that guy making this fake, I mean, it really was ahead of its time if you think about it. AI, quote unquote, generated commercials, but he wrote them and they're unbelievable. This was like, I don't know, 5 years on the internet.
No, it was
5 years
unfortunately
ago.
some of the funniest stuff.
They made me laugh so
When
much.
you're here, you're here.
You're here. All right. I think last but certainly not least, we have Weston Mckennie.
Oh yeah, Weston.
He was born in Washington State, lived in Germany, though, until he was 9 because his dad was an Air Force officer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always fascinated by the kids who grew up on a base. They have like grocery stores and on the base.
Real company man. If you think about it.
I would argue that's the most company man you could be.
I think so.
I think. Working
like the
for the
old-
government but more specifically as in the military.
And you've got your whole, I mean, you know, I guess the ultimate company man would have been the old school mining towns where you had to pay in currency issued by the company.
Yes.
And so they trapped you.
Yes.
That's kind of dark.
That's
Sorry.
kind of dark. That's whole different discusp.
It's okay.
Anyways, where does he play, Charlotte?
He plays for Juventus. In Italy. He grew up mostly in Texas after he was 9. I think he could have played for Germany as well because he lived in Germany till he was 9. His dad was an Air Force officer, but considers Little Elm, Texas his home.
Oh, yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Wow. Okay, great. Charlotte, thank you for including all those player bios in here.
You know, hopefully it's just the stuff that, I mean,
It's a quick hits.
Yeah,
What you need to know.
watching my husband, I kept being like, where's that guy play? And he was like, I don't know. Maybe you
And
should
you're like, Google,
look it up for your
You're
sports
like, insert
podcast.
blank name team. Insert blank name married. Insert blank name
Girlfriend?
kids. Insert blank name divorce. Why?
Yes.
Well, before we get into a deep dive into the family drama that has plagued the U.S. men's national team in recent years, we have to do a little fun eBay Live fashion mailbag segment.
Bring it on.
We got a great question from one of our listeners. Of course, it was World Cup related. And the question was, if you could purchase any old World Cup jersey on eBay Live, which one would you get and why?
Ooh, you go first.
Okay, the first one that comes to mind for me, I think it's the 1998 French team. They won in 1998, right? With like a little
Yes.
collar, which their jerseys now are the little collar. They're very chic. I love their French jerseys that the players are wearing right now. Because when I was a kid, I think my mom got me a jersey in France, or like she got it or someone else got it.
Oh, really?
Yes, like when they won.
That's so
but
sweet.
I don't know where that is now. Also wouldn't fit. So I think I would search for one of those.
Oh, I love it. You should
1998.
get one.
Yeah.
You should
Because
get
people, there's so many articles about how to style a World Cup jersey. I'm like, oh, okay. I need to buy some World Cup jerseys.
You know, when we did that fashion sports summit,
Yeah.
Amelia Petrarca was wearing
Yes.
such a chic outfit where she had the soccer jersey over like a pleated skirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, man,
It's a good look.
I don't know. I feel like I would just look, I feel like I'm the kind of person where I would just look like I'm like wearing half a soccer uniform though. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's about, you have to style it based on your body type.
I know.
You know,
but
I've done like the deep dive on like how to dress for your body type. I never dress for my body type.
No,
for the record.
God forbid.
And then when you put on something that is like based on your proportions, you're like, all right, that does look better.
yeah,
Oh,
But
but because I think it's about styling it
I guess.
properly.
I guess maybe in my
But
mind.
all we want to wear is loose.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem. It's because you want to wear the jersey just with baggies
Yeah.
or Adidas soccer shorts,
or the full uniform.
and they're like, "Are you playing?"
Unfortunately, yeah. And I guess maybe it's just like too ingrained in my mind. When I was in 3rd grade, my favorite outfit was just to wear my game day, like youth travel jersey to school.
Well, yeah.
And so I think that putting it on now, I would just be, I don't know. But if I could, it would be the World Cup, the US World Cup one from 1994, which was made to look kind of like denim.
Yes.
Look at
Let me
this
see it.
with the stars on it.
Oh my God, that's insane. I love it.
It's pretty incredible. I might actually need to get one of these.
Wait, they're not that expensive.
No, they're not.
Okay.
I wonder if there's like a...
Did they reissue it? Or are these?
Oh, wait, look at this. Actually.
Oh, Charlotte and I are just
sorry. Now we're just on.
Now. We're on eBay online shopping.
My favorite hobby.
Okay, I think these are great options.
Maybe we should get them.
I think we might need to. eBay if you're listening. Which you are.
Ostensibly you are.
All right.
Okay.
Before I get into it, thanks to our mailbag sponsor, eBay Live. Can't miss live streams, heart-pounding auctions, iconic fashion and collectibles. Whatever you're into, you can bring it home right now. Don't miss another second at ebay.com/eBay Live.
Boom.
Boom. If you think eBay is just a marketplace, you're missing a whole side of it.
eBay Live is where real-time excitement meets rare, exclusive, hard-to-find cards, collectibles, sneakers, watches, and so much more.
You can bid in live auctions, catch exclusive drops, and buy directly from trusted sellers while it's all happening live.
And it feels like a show, not just shopping, with great hosts, creators, and streamers. Stream, shop, and score by downloading the eBay app and tapping the eBay Live button right under the search bar.
All right, should we get into the family drama heard around the world, or at least heard around the United States of America?
I have been waiting for this since we started this show.
Great.
Because this happened, this came to a head in 2023.
Yes.
And if we had had this show then, would have had a field day, but now we get to have a field day with it because it's still relevant.
Yes. So for those who aren't familiar, this is a drama between the Berhalter family and the Reyna family, who we've already discussed. Seb and Gio play for the men's national team. And then the fathers, Claudio Reyna and Gregg Berhalter, obviously both former U.S. men's national team players, stars, friends for a long time. But this kind of came to a head at the 2022 World Cup when there was some drama with the playing time that Claudio's son Gio was getting when Gregg was the head coach of the team. So that's the context. But before we get into that, let me give a little bit of context to the context. Okay.
The context to the context is so much crazier than I remembered.
It's really crazy. So Claudio and Gregg had been friends since high school, I believe. They went to high school together, played together. Claudio was even the best man at Gregg's wedding. And then their wives were teammates together at UNC, where Gregg also attended. So, okay, like deep connections. Gregg has even said at one time, quote, they were best friends growing up. So close. I would gather if you're saying that.
If you're the best man in someone's wedding,
yeah,
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
If your wives played soccer, I mean, you're all intertwined. It's like family.
Yes, it's like family. So Claudio and Gregg, they reconnected when they were both playing soccer in Europe in the 90s.
Okay.
For different clubs, but they reconnected there. Mm-hmm. And I think that kind of reignited their friendship. Okay, so that's the context of the context. So around like between 2016, 2019-ish, Claudio, so Gio's dad, reportedly had complained at one time to U.S. soccer officials about everything from Gio's coaches to referees. It found an article from Yahoo that was a great deep dive if you want even more information, but they basically said that Claudio's behavior would later be described by an unnamed person as, quote, inappropriate, bullying, and mean-spirited. Ooh. So he's already like clearly, I mean, and I'm sure Claudio was involved in Gio's soccer training and upbringing his entire life. Mm-hmm. And so it was very apparent that he clearly was at least meddling to some degree into the off the field drama with Gio, whatever it was, it seems like.
And this was when he was on he would have the youth team.
Yes. Okay. I believe this would have been around then. Because this was before he was on the
men's. This was like in the development programs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I believe so. So you're like, okay, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Then Gregg is hired to coach the U.S. men's national team in 2018.
Okay.
And he is hired by a man named Ernie Stewart, who was the U.S. men's national team's first GM that they had. And he was also, again, this is important context, formerly a teammate of both Gregg and Claudio for a decade.
Oh my God.
Okay. So it's
like he played connected with each of them?
Yes. And in addition to being connected via friends again at the like kind of corporate level of the U.S. men's soccer at the federation level, Gregg's brother Jay was the U.S. Soccer Federation's chief commercial officer. So again, another just like family connection. They all feel very intertwined. It's like almost codependent kind of like I'm reading all this information. I'm like, this feels like a little too close for comfort.
Well, it's like, yeah,
with your coworkers.
Newell's Old Boys Club. They might as well. That's what they might as well called it.
Yes, it is. It is. So then in 2020, Gio makes his debut for the senior U.S. national team, so the main national team. And at one point in an interview, Gregg had said that coaching Gio was like, quote, "You're putting a family member in the game." Again, that's how close they were.
Yeah,
they were like family. I mean, they've known each other forever.
Coaching your nephew.
They've known each other longer than they haven't known each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So. And then 2021 to 2022, Gio starts playing in some key games for the team. He played in the World Cup qualifying opener, but then he was dealing with some hamstring injuries.
Okay.
Just some ongoing injuries. Don't need to get into it. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But he only played one full game between September 2021 and the World Cup it was like in the fall. It was in November 2022. And at one point he wasn't included in the starting 11. So,
okay.
Because again, a soccer expert would probably be able to get into more specifics, but I think the injuries were one of the main reasons.
Yeah.
Why? Okay. So then flash forward, World Cup 2022. We're there.
Okay.
Yay.
Wow.
A controversial World Cup once again.
Yes.
Corrupt. It was in Qatar. There's a lot of drama with FIFA. Probably could do an entire 12-hour other podcast on that. But
it's also wild that it was in November because of COVID.
Because it was because of COVID. I know. I was like, remember now. I was like, oh my God, I remember watching that.
And now I remember why it felt so different.
Yeah.
Because watching this one, I've been like, well, this feels right. And then I'm like, what was weird about that one?
Because that was the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That it was November.
You know how they think about it? Is it also this was the first Olympics but since COVID, like the Tokyo Olympics. Remember the 2020 Tokyo Olympics that were in 2021? That would have been the last. Remember that was kind of weird too. Remember they did it.
Yeah.
Didn't they do it the following year? Am I making this up?
Wait, but
remember the Tokyo Summer Olympics? I'm just thinking about summer.
Yes.
Not the winter, but
no, nobody could be there.
Yeah, it was weird. And then like Simone Biles pulled out. Anyways, it's just like you think about these like global sporting events that you didn't really get a quote unquote normal version of until now.
Yeah. Wow.
If you think about it.
So true.
Anyways.
Wow.
Food for that. So November 2022 rolls around. Gio says that he is apparently told by Gregg that his role at the World Cup will be, quote, very limited ahead of their opener. So this is like going into the World Cup, which everyone's like, oh, well, this is a little bit awkward. Mm-hmm. And he even later on said that he, quote, let his emotions get the best of him and that they, quote, affected my training and behavior for a few days after learning about my limited role. So he was kind of butthurt. Mm-hmm. His attitude, he had kind of a poor attitude, which is not great. And according to reports during a November 17th scrimmage, he, quote, walked around and moped around the whole time. Which Stewart, who we'll get into the first GM of the team, said later in an investigation, which we'll get to the investigation.
Oh boy.
Later.
Okay.
So that's why also a lot of this reporting came out was because there ended up being an investigation.
Which we're getting to.
This is all the context for the context.
Yeah.
So then Gio doesn't play in their World Cup opener against Wales.
And this is where things get really messy involving Gio's parents, Claudio and Danielle.
Yes. So Claudio texts Stewart, GM, that night and says, quote, what a complete and utter effing joke. Our family is disgusted, in case you are wondering. Disgusted at how a coach is allowed to never be challenged and do whatever he wants. And then Claudio also subsequently texted the U.S. men's national team general manager, Brian McBride, who also, again, another teammate and someone he described as, quote, a close friend, saying, quote, our entire family is disgusted, angry, and done with you guys. Don't expect nice comments from anyone in our family about U.S. soccer. I'm being transparent to you, not like the political clown show of the Federation.
Okay.
Okay. And then his wife, Claudio's wife, Danielle, apparently didn't board the bus with the families that Gregg's family was on, to go to the matches.
Okay.
You're like, uh-oh.
Okay. So it seems like just a quick little analysis stop here.
Who knows if Gio said to his dad, send the text. I kind of feel like, given the history and the reports that came out that Claudio was involved in Gio's other soccer playing career when he was younger, that I feel like Claudio was just like, I'm sending this.
Yeah.
Because it's also, he's texting his friend. He's complaining to his friends, basically. But they also run the Federation. So it's like, well, this isn't the best thing to do.
Oh my God.
Because ultimately these people still work for a company and they have to report to someone. They don't want, you know what I mean? It's like, they're not going to, I get, it's your friend, but you can't really side with Claudio. I'm sorry. You have a job to do.
Yeah.
You're at the World Cup.
Which apparently they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the World Cup. Then there's meetings held to determine whether Gio should be sent home from the World Cup because of his behavior.
And I would imagine it was also probably partially due to the family involvement, I would guess. And they're like, this is messy.
Can you imagine that being such a pain in the ass that they're like, let's just, because he's a good soccer player.
Yeah. No, he's not a bad player.
Okay.
And so they ultimately determined that they're not going to send him home and they let him stay. And then on Thanksgiving Day, a great day to give thanks. Well, at the World Cup, the Brian McBride and Ernie Stewart meet with the parents of Gio, Claudio, and Danielle to help them basically explain why Gio is getting less playing time, or essentially virtually not that much or no playing time. And apparently during that meeting, Claudio says, quote, "You guys don't even know what we know about Gregg," like a threat.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Well,
What
that
do you
escalated things.
That escalated things.
Okay.
That will come back around.
Okay.
So November 25th, U.S. draws against England. Gio does play for a little bit.
Okay.
December 3rd, Gio plays in the U.S.'s loss to the Netherlands and doesn't speak to the media after the match, but he plays a little bit.
Okay.
So then the U.S., I think after that match was out. Womp womp.
Yep.
All right. December 6th, Gregg speaks at a convention or conference that I was really trying to understand what it was, called the Howe Institute for Society Summit on Moral Leadership, that he thinks is off the record.
Oh no.
But which it's on the website, it like makes it seem like it's off the record, but I guess there was some sort of like contract PR person there or something. TLDR, it wasn't off the record.
Oh no.
Or someone recorded it maybe when they shouldn't have.
Okay.
But it's like all these like leaders. It's like the head of it's like for company men.
Yeah.
It's a meeting about companies and leadership and business or whatever.
For leaders of companies and businesses.
Yeah. So in this conversation that he thinks is off the record, he goes into details about this situation with the player. Based on looking at the transcript, it doesn't seem like he specifically says Gio's name, but it's implied.
Oh my God.
So I'll read part of the quote. He said, quote, "As a staff, we sat together for hours deliberating what we were going to do with this player. We were ready to book a plane ticket home. That's how extreme it was." So he just goes on and on. But so he's talking about this situation publicly, or what he thinks isn't publicly, but well, it is publicly.
Oh, no.
Then December 11th, 2024, The Athletic, shout out to The Athletic.
Yeah.
They published a story alleging that Gio showed, quote, "an alarming lack of effort in training ahead of the U.S. opening match," and that he had eventually apologized to his teammates. But that same day, Danielle and Claudio, so Gio's parents, they reach out to Ernie Stewart to talk to him on the phone. And Danielle later says, quote, "She wanted to let him know that I was absolutely outraged and devastated that Gio had been put in such a terrible position, and that I had felt personally betrayed by the actions of someone my family had considered a friend for decades."
Oh my God.
So then also again from Yahoo, Danielle reportedly told Ernie Stewart about an incident that occurred in the early 90s involving Gregg and his wife Rosalind when they were college students at UNC.
So like 30 years ago.
Yes.
Yes. So the investigation, well, we'll get to that, but essentially what Danielle is referring to was a January night in 1992, Gregg and his then girlfriend, now wife Rosalind, were drinking. They were 18 years old. They began to argue. Apparently, Rosalind hit Gregg in the face. Gregg pushed her down and kicked her twice. Gregg was then tackled by somebody walking by who neither Gregg nor Rosalind knew.
Yeah.
So ostensibly that had happened in 1992. They've been married for 30 some years since then.
Yes, but it hadn't come out publicly.
Nobody knew that publicly.
No. And so Danielle would later say, quote, "I thought it was especially unfair that Gio, who had apologized for acting immaturely about his playing time, was still being dragged through the mud when Gregg had asked for and received forgiveness for doing something so much worse at the same age."
Let's just go through the rest of the timeline. Okay.
Then Ernie Stewart obviously reports this incident that he learned from Danielle and Claudio to the U.S. Soccer Council, who then hire an independent firm to investigate the allegations. They then interview both Gregg and Rosalind separately. I'm sure they interviewed other people as part of this investigation. And the results of the investigation came out. That's when the information came out. So that happens. Then December 31st, Gregg's contract expires. So they're like, all right, well, this investigation's now happening. Is he going to get rehired? Is he not? Are they going to look for another coach? What's going to go on? January 3rd, Gregg and Rosalind release a joint statement about the situation.
Okay.
And basically part of Gregg's statement, he said, during the World Cup, an individual contacted U.S. Soccer saying that they had information about me that would, quote, take me down, an apparent effort to leverage something very personal from long ago to bring about the end of my relationship with U.S. Soccer. This is a difficult step to take, but my wife, Rosalind, and I want to clearly and directly share the truth. It's a long statement. You can read it. But yes, it is on the internet. The same day, U.S. Soccer releases a conflicting statement basically saying the investigation is still ongoing and that it has been, quote, expanded to look into, quote, potential inappropriate behavior towards multiple members of our staff by individuals outside of our organization. They continue saying, quote, we appreciate Gregg and Rosalind coming forward to speak openly about this incident, but they committed to sharing, quote, the results of the investigation publicly when it's complete. They eventually shared the results.
So did Gregg and Rosalind sort of said this happened? Like told everybody what happened a while ago?
If you like the statement, I won't read it for everyone listening, but it is a very long statement. You can see it on his Twitter account. It's still up.
Yeah.
And he addresses the situation. I actually think for a statement, like pretty good statement.
Yeah.
To just like address what's going on.
Yeah.
Instead of being vague and word salady.
Yeah.
So from a PR standpoint, good statement.
Okay.
Then on January 4th, Claudio and Danielle, they released a statement being like, we thought we were talking to Ernie Stewart in private because he's our pal. Oopsies.
Oh my God. Like, oops, we didn't mean for this to go to an investigation.
Yes. Danielle's statement, basically, she said, I want to be very clear that I did not ask for Gregg to be fired. I did not make any threats, and I don't know anything about any blackmail attempts, nor have I ever had any discussions about anyone else on Gregg's staff. I don't know any of the other coaches. I did not communicate with anyone in U.S. Soccer about this matter before December 11th, and no one else in my family has made any statements to U.S. Soccer regarding Gregg's past at all. And then Claudio released a statement. His basically was, while in Qatar, I shared my frustrations about my son's World Cup experience with a number of close friends, Ernie and Brian McBride among them. However, at no time did I ever threaten anyone, nor would I ever do so.
Interesting that Danielle also said, I'm sorry this information became public. I regret that I played a role in something that could reopen wounds from the past.
Yeah. So, okay.
Should we pause here?
Pause here.
I think this whole thing speaks to the level of how wrapped up and delusional and sort of working themselves into a spiral and a swivet about their son's career.
Yes.
These two clearly very competitive people became. It was like you can watch through this timeline. Amazing, by the way, what you put together.
Well,
I'm in awe.
Thank the internet.
Thank you, internet. Thank you, Madeline. But through all of these things, it's sort of like, oh, you can watch these people get sucked into wallowing in their own sense of victimhood because their son didn't play when they thought he should, instead of being able to zoom out, have some perspective, be like, okay, our son is behaving poorly,
right?
And we have to take any personal side of things out of it.
Yeah,
they were unable to do that, and it ended up like so deeply affecting people they considered their best friends. I just can't imagine. I can't imagine interfering in any someday child of mine's life this way.
Right.
I also can't imagine doing this to my best friends.
Yeah. Right. It's like obviously what Gregg did, it's horrible, but it's like that has nothing to do with this situation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like for it to come up in this context, it I think again shows like if this happened in any other type of job, if Gio worked at a law firm or something,
yeah,
and his parents were like talking crap about some other partner or something. They're like, well, we know this thing. It's like, I mean, sure. But like, I would be mortified if my parents got involved in my professional life like this. Yeah, it's the same sport. But ultimately, to your point, it's only going to hurt Gio in the long run.
Yeah. And, you know, I forgot until going through this whole timeline.
Yeah.
Just how absolutely insane this whole thing was.
It just clearly I just read it and I think about Claudio and Danielle, that they're like, who was advising them? And I think no one was advising them to just kind of act independently in this way and embarrass their son, throw their friend under their bus, who obviously dealt with this very painful thing and is probably unbelievably ashamed and embarrassed by his horrific actions when he was a college student, obviously, as he should be. To combine that and then embarrass your kid at the World Cup with clearly no guidance is like, what were you thinking? They weren't thinking.
No,
I would imagine.
Yeah. And it's like they got so sucked up in the melodrama of everything.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like when you get sucked up in the melodrama of a situation, you lose all perspective.
Right.
And then you sort of come out of this haze of like riding those highs and lows because it can feel really good to just feel like you're the victim.
Yes.
It can feel really good to be like, I'm being wronged. But you can't, that's a very inappropriate and ineffective way to go through your life.
Yes.
So then when you zoom out, it seems like they zoomed out, and Danielle, in that those statements, to your point, they were like, oops.
Why did we say this?
Oops.
Well, and from my understanding too, the situation with Gregg and his wife Rosalind had never become public. And I think from what I recall in his statement, he says that like this was something my wife, like she didn't want this out. You know, it's and if she wanted it out there, she would want it out there on her own time, and you know, like let her give the statement. And then for it to come out in this like gossipy, like the two they're seemingly best friends or close friends are sharing this information with people who work for their son's company, essentially.
I just can't. For Danielle to do that to her friend,
right?
This is Rosalind's story to tell.
Yes.
To do. That is what. Like, yes, it's messed up to meddle in your son's affairs. That happens all the time.
Right.
To betray a best friend like this is really mind blowing.
It's really mind blowing.
But I think it does too. And I'm not saying that this is an excuse. I can just see where the high stakes of something like the World Cup. And clearly Danielle played soccer, Claudio played, they all played soccer. They're all deeply competitive people.
Right.
You can kind of see where all the threads come together to form this like Frankenstein of a situation.
No, it's true. You can see it. What happens next? So then late January, after all these statements, Ernie Stewart and Brian McBride both depart the federation.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So then U.S. Soccer hires a company called Sportsology to help them find new heads of the company. And also what are they going to do about this coach? I just have to read a quote about Sportsology. So it says on their homepage, which I just love this language, a good old little word salad for you. They are a, quote, leading provider of premium knowledge, strategic advisory, and operational support in the sports industry. I would like to say that we are a provider of premium knowledge. We're coming for you, Sportsology.
Here's the thing, Madeline. I feel like we've talked about this company before.
That's what I thought.
Don't you think?
Yes. Do any of our share? Yes, thank you. That's also why I was looking them up and I was like, when did we talk about them? So if any shareholder can remember when we talked about this company, Sportsology, I swear we've talked about them before.
I'm going to Google in our Google Drive, Sportsology.
Well, maybe it's
okay. Yes.
We did.
Yes.
Okay, Charlotte's pulling up an old topic doc.
Sportsology. Oh. Sports. Shoot. Why did that come up?
Right?
No, we definitely talked about it.
We definitely did.
In 2025.
Some shareholder, please try to find this information when we talk about it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
When was it? What were we talking about?
Okay, we were talking about, yes. Okay, when the Red Sox when Craig Breslau, who was in the Red Sox front office, fired a scouting supervisor after the guy said on a hot mic after a Zoom, "Thanks, Brad, you effing stiff."
Yes.
They hired Sportsology. The Breslau brought in sports consulting firm Sportsology to conduct an organizational audit.
Boom.
And in practice, they said they were going to streamline baseball operations. In practice, it triggered a wave of firings and accelerated the marginalization of some of the longest tenured voices in the building, characterizing the cultural shift to align more with Wall Street efficiency.
Well, I guess they didn't get a leading provider of premium knowledge.
Wow. Okay.
Well, that's wild. I know when I was reading, I was like, I feel like we've talked about this company.
You know what's
before.
So crazy? We've now been doing this long enough that we have our own database.
Yes, we have our own archive.
Sorry. Okay.
So apparently they said that just as some context, when Ernie Stewart departed the company or the federation, that this family drama didn't have any impact on him leaving. But
they say that?
They say that. But I'm like, okay, sure.
Interesting timing.
Also in late January, just as an aside, doesn't really mean anything, but I'm just going to throw it out there for you to speculate if you want. But Claudio did step down in his role as Austin FC sporting director and became a technical advisor.
Okay.
So that happens. You're like, all right, well, that's okay. Then in March, U.S. Soccer does release the report from Alston and Bird, which also, did you know Alston and Bird worked on that crazy diesel Volkswagen? No.
I
believe that's one of their cases they worked on. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyways, in their report, they apparently found no legal impediments to Gregg being hired as the U.S. men's national team coach again.
So basically they're saying the incident that was brought to us
Exactly.
shouldn't have any bearing on his employment.
Yes.
Okay.
Then in April, they hire a new sporting director named Matt Crocker, and he was also responsible for bringing in Emma Hayes, the women's. Yes.
cool.
So I think I think he seems fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Emma Hayes is great.
Yes.
Okay.
Then in June, the U.S. men's national team announces that they rehired Gregg to basically stay on as their head coach. But in between January to June, they had 2 interim head coaches, which was like a lot of turnover. I'm like that felt chaotic.
Yeah.
So there's just like a lot of organizational drama that unfolded, I would argue, because of the scandal. I mean, clearly there were organizational problems before that. It's like the U.S. men's national team has not been very good. And Gregg Berhalter did not live up to his expectations as a head coach, and they never made it very far in an international stage.
Right.
So then by September 2024, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember Copa America when U.S. didn't make it out of the group stage on their own home turf?
It was so bad.
That wasn't great.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, again, they have a new sporting director in Matt. And then I think they were like, all right, we need to bring in a new head coach.
Yeah.
But to bring in a new head coach that's really good, you need money. So they brought in 2 private donors and a bunch of commercial partners. The private donors included a hedge fund billionaire named Ken Griffin.
Oh, that guy?
This guy, do you know who this is? He is, at least at the time, purchased the most expensive residential sale that was ever closed in U.S. history when he bought a penthouse for $238 million on Central Park South. He also has an art portfolio worth over $800 million, according to reports. And one of my favorite details of just how rich he is he one-time purchased a Stegosaurus skeleton for $44 million. So he's got a lot of cash to burn.
Okay, this is the
A lot of disposable income.
the only nice thing I'll ever say about a billionaire.
What?
If you have to spend $44 million on it, pretty cool to buy dinosaurs.
I mean, how unbelievable is
like
that?
that? But aside from that, this guy sucks.
How do you also price a skeleton?
No, well, right.
That's my question.
It's a good point.
So he's brought in, and then another billionaire named Scott Goodwin was also brought in, along with commercial partners, to basically like, hey, can you guys, they have been longtime supporters of the soccer federation and soccer in general in the U.S. And they're like, hey, we need a little bit of extra money to recruit a good coach. They're like, yeah, no prob. So they drop in a little cash. They probably Venmo'd it, $1 or $2, whatever. And that's when they hired our guy Maurizio Pochettino. So he is hired in September 2024. So that is how we end up with Maurizio, is kind of inadvertently because of scandal, not really. Like, again, I'm sure U.S. Federation would be like, no, that's not why. But I do think that I don't know if we would see this ripple effect from a company level and all of the kind of fallout that happened without the scandal breaking and without Gio's parents meddling in his professional life and then unveiling details about Gregg's personal life at the same time. I just don't think any of that would have happened.
No.
So you could almost argue that in some ways, had none of that happened, would we have the U.S. national team that we have now in this World Cup?
I think you're exactly.
I don't know.
I think that, look, Gregg his team was losing, whether that had to do with the internal vibes, because obviously this was affecting everybody and Gio's behavior and Gregg's, even before any of the dirt came out that the Reynas brought to the U.S. Federation, they weren't winning. So you'd think, well, he would have been gone. But the fact that they rehired him after all of this also feels like, normally a coach that loses, like losing in the World Cup as embarrassingly as they did, it's sort of like you usually don't get a second chance. It almost feels like a makeup call for all of the dirt that went on, given how many friends Gregg had in the organization.
Right.
We don't know that, of course, but it does seem like had all of this not happened, maybe the Federation wouldn't have felt quite the same amount of like, oh my God, we really got to get whipped into shape because this is crazy.
Right.
But it's organizational dysfunction at a level that, we talk about a lot of organizational dysfunction on this show. This is like mind blowing.
It's a mind blowing level of dysfunction that has clearly had ripple effects. And honestly, I don't think that I just feel like they wouldn't have gotten a new coach had none of this happened. Honestly,
they certainly wouldn't have Pochettino.
Maybe they would have. And maybe, listen, they look at probably the women's team who are unbelievable and constantly are doing well on an international level, that they're like, we need to compete in some capacity with our counterparts in the same sport in this country. So maybe they would have, I don't know, but I do feel like if you think about this from a PR perspective, optics wise, the U.S. Men's Federation looked bad with this scandal and everything that came out about it, no matter how you feel about it. And so it's like they had no other choice but to shake things up. And it's like, I don't think that they would have shaken things up if they weren't concerned about PR.
Yeah.
You know, I think that if they didn't care, then they probably would have kept Gregg, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if the loss in the Copa America,
it was bad.
That was so bad. I feel like he would have been gone after that. But I don't think that they would have gotten the money to. I feel like this was like an emergency call of like, guys, the PR is off the rails. Like, we need a good hire. We need something.
Yeah.
And when we talked to Julie Foudy and Abby Wambach on the show, they were like, oh, we love Pokey or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he seems to have a good reputation. Can we talk about the thing that brings us to Friday's game is that Gregg Berhalter's son, Seb, and Gio Reyna are on the team together now.
Yep, they are.
What is that like?
I cannot even imagine.
Because this is it's one thing if like your parents get into a fight with your friend's parents and it's like whatever. These were betrayals on a level that if someone did this to my parents, maybe you can separate it from the kid. But the fact that the kid was already in a fight with the other kid's dad, it's like, are they just very good at compartmentalizing? Are they able to actually be friends in some capacity? Like, I just can't imagine how these two people can play on the same team together.
I have absolutely no idea how they're able to do it. And you think about, again, like the logistics when I was talking about, I think, was it Danielle that I said earlier, who didn't take the family bus?
Yes.
Like there's all the transportation, I think, for the World Cup, like you're together. Like the family bus, you know, like they're always together. They probably all have the same credential. They're probably all sitting in the same section. So just to imagine like that they clearly have a lot of close proximity to them. Do they talk? Do they don't talk? I don't know.
No, I know. It's like, did they go to like friendship counseling?
Maybe.
Did they have some, was it like, we have to work through this for the sake of our kids because they're on a team together?
Yeah. Yeah. And then how do Gio and Seb feel about each other?
That's what I mean. I'm like, we need someone's got to tell us. We need there's a shareholder out there with ties to these two families, with ties to U.S. soccer. Someone's got to send us a DM. It can be off the record. We just need to know.
We need some
or on background. We'll keep you anonymous.
Yeah.
What's the deal between Seb Berhalter and Gio Reyna?
What's going on there?
The biggest what's going on there.
This really is. So yeah, that's the saga. That was a long one, but I hope you stuck with us.
You did an amazing job. Thank you for that.
You're so welcome.
I also think that what's interesting is the vibe seemed pretty good.
Yes.
On the men's team.
Very
So either their new coach is doing something right or everybody's grown up a little bit.
Or, you know, maybe Sportsology did their job and they shook things up from an organizational perspective and fixed things.
You know what? Maybe
it trickled down.
Let's give credit where credit's due.
Consultants.
Thank you.
This is really a story about good consultants.
Thank you for your service. Oh my God. All right. Well, we did it.
We did it. Well, as always, please rate and review, like, and subscribe. It makes a huge, huge difference. You can follow us on Instagram at Sports Gossip and TikTok at Sports Gossip Show. You can subscribe to our little paying subscriber chat on Instagram at Sports Gossip, our Substack, sportsgossipshow.substack.com. You can buy merch, linked in description. And yeah, I think that's it.
Rock and roll.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.